minutes in the season. Most minutes played by any field player, so he's so important. But then probably your cousin up top, 5 goals in the season. He's scored in every game per minute that he's been in, so he's been red hot. And the Sheffield United team at home that will look for all 3 points, no question about it.
What a fantastic goal against Wrexham. I like the Sheffield United side, and I think at home as well should be a big advantage for them. Callum O'Hare as well. Good team.
Yeah, 2 for Patrick against Wrexham. Callum O'Hare scored in that game as well. And do you see this being a win for Sheffield United, even though they're chasing Leicester City, Troy?
Weirdly, I don't. I fancy Leicester. I think it's going to be a game played on the fullbacks. It's going to be a big day for the fullbacks of Sheffield United. We talk about Callum O'Hare and Brooks and Cannon in those forward areas. Well, you just look at Leicester's forward areas. Fatu, you've got Deckled over Reed, and you've got Babadini. Wonderful players who can kill you on the other side. But they've got Jordan James there coming from midfield who scores a lot of goals as well. So it should be a highly anticipated game and one that should have a lot of goals in it.
And these two met not long ago, by the way. 3-2, a lot of goals in it, and Sheffield United jumped all over them. Leicester had a slow start. They'll look to do that, obviously, again today. But yeah, I do agree with Troy that Leicester has a little bit more quality in the team.
Okay, we'll see you. Enjoy the first half, everybody from Bramall Lane. We'll see you back here at half-time.
And I've had to go for him from the start. Callum O'Hare, wonderful player, but what's going to catch my eye today is the fact that he's won the joint most possession in the final third of the Championship this season, and we know that Leicester are the back are prone to mistakes, so he can have a real influence on this game today. So the visitors gone for Jordan James. Leicester's top goal scorer at the moment with 7 Championship goals, but he's such a bright talent, box-to-box midfielder, loads of energy, quality on the ball, and he's been a real shining star sometimes for Leicester this season when it's otherwise been a bit nondescript. Again, Leicester City with a mountain to climb. They tried to get back into it, didn't they? Ended up 3-2, but just that little bit too late. Leicester, as all teams do, so they're not situations that you want to give Sheffield United all too often. In terms of set pieces, they're fantastic from corners especially. Also scored 12 from set pieces this season, so they'll want to limit that for sure. for Sheffield United in terms of, we've mentioned the frailties, that Leicester back line and the goalkeeper, and the fact that they look to get high up the pitch. Sheffield United win the possession in the final third. I mentioned it earlier about O'Hare specifically, but as a general team they look to win that ball high up the pitch and create chances for themselves in the final third, and they'll know if they do it right that Leicester will give them something tonight. Statistics in terms of his goals per minute ratio, he's certainly been on fine form. I think the goal against Wrexham, first one, incredible piece of skill, the way that he flicked it with the outside of his left boot. But you're right, everyone in this stadium will want him tied down longer term because of the impact that he's made in a Blade shirt. Should be, and I think from a former player perspective for me, Patrick Bamford has had a tough few years, so the fact that he's here, he's enjoying his football, he's scoring goals, I imagine he wants to stay. It's quite obvious that Wilder wants him to stay, it's just a bit in between. Difficult one for him, not much else he can do with it. Just wonder, I know Callum O'Hare, he's just dropped off and often he's asking for the cutback, but I think someone needs to help Bamford out there, and with that dancing run across the front post, and you might have a tap in.
Band here at Bramall Lane. And his partner Tyler Binden, who's had something of a renaissance in recent weeks, a player written off by many of the Sheffield United faithful after, along with a lot of people, having a somewhat uncertain start to the campaign. Here's O'Hare. Samare not quite making that header. Silko Thomas buzzing around.
Very much been for Sheffield United, as you'd say, for the stronger team. I know it's early on, but had a couple of chances in the final third. They've looked a lot more composed in possession and certainly dominated it in these very, very early stages.
Atawu is brimming with invention. It's a little more straightforward, although the shot that has been penalised, as it was perceived by the referee, by Bamford on Okoli.
For me, it's always one of those where if it's the other way round and it's the defender nudging the forward, doesn't get given, I think, let's put it that way, Okoli's very much made the most of that one.
Together there with Atawu. going. Brooks. Against Thomas, and away from Thomas. But the door finally shut by Oliver Skipp, who had to intervene with some urgency.
It's brilliant work initially, and I'm thinking about even way back when they draw Leicester out to one side and they get the switch on. Brooks was ever so well hit, wriggles through, he just can't quite find the end product.
It's quite a stat, that. Leading the way. And a variation on the theme here. O'Hare and Cannon! And Nelson in the way. Binden trying to keep it alive. Atawu with a defensive move you won't find in too many textbooks. And then taken out by Sariki.
You're right, it won't be in a textbook, but the main thing is you block the ball, you make sure don't let that shot get anywhere near your goalkeeper. That's the foul just later on in the play. Sariki just cutting that off at source.
Riedewald. And there's Oliver Skipp. Prime example of the Premier League quality Leicester possess in their ranks. Jordan James, someone who appears to be moving towards it with his personal performances this season. And Apoli deciding to take charge, which was not a bad idea in the end.
Yeah, I think he had to in that too.
Just that channel ball there, and Apoli didn't know whether he should go back or clear, and in the end didn't do either. Maybe a long throw here by McCallum. So unable to clear initially. Atawu should do here, but himself into a little bit of a situation, and it's actually taking the last look off him. The corner to Sheffield United. Blades unbeaten in the last 5 league games here. It's turned it into a little bit of a fortress as well. They've only let in 1 goal. Seen off plenty of sides. Birmingham, Stoke, Portsmouth all dispatched in recent times. Stolarczyk called early and made it his. Over Reed. Some expecting that he might be the lone striker today, but Silko Thomas is the man furthest forward. He played the final half hour there against Derby in Leicester's last game on Monday. James. Atawu. Been a rocky season so far for Sheffield United fans, but the win at Stoke was their 6th in their last 9 league games, taking more points than any other team in that spell. Even the leaders Coventry are faltering a little bit at the moment, having a bit of a patch under Frank Lampard, and drew Charlton earlier today. Bristol City the big winners as they romped home against Portsmouth by 5-0. Derby also beating Middlesbrough, another of the sides battling for those automatic spots. Sheffield United's big city rivals Wednesday beat 3-0 at Preston, which makes their task at the bottom even more harder. They are 32 points from safety. Total that is just not going to be amassed at this stage. Bamford. McCallum. James to try and bring it away. And into Sumare. McCallum. Riedewald. McCallum. Bamford. Something's starting to brew here for the Blades. But they're happy to take their time. Went over there and the touch went behind off him. Sheffield United, who've had 2/3 of the ball so far, seem to be gaining all the time. Tanganga wants it. McCallum's delivery. Connie got the initial header and then over by Andre Brooks. Sheffield native, it means more to him than most. Wasn't really the right kind of body position there to guide that one into the top corner. Previously, the Leicester ranks. His finest. Gasama left in reserve tonight for Sheffield United, another one who continues to see his name in the papers. Strong bench. Harrison Burrows on there as well as Tahi Chong, the R-blaster as well, who's regarded highly here. There's been one-way traffic in the opening quarter of an hour. United have certainly cranked up the goals in recent weeks as well, performing much better than in the early weeks of the season, and as you can see, having the dominance here in front of goal. They're guilty of a foul. Riding a bit of a stormy time at the moment for Leicester City. Fans not happy, and of course all those good times they've had in recent years they're going to struggle to get back to in quick time. Relegated in 18th from the Premier League last season. The building job again at King Power Stadium. Tanganga with, well, it was a mistimed header but cleared up behind him by Cooper. Thomas onto it, but from an offside position. Tried to bend his run, but not sufficiently. penalty. Thomas with a risky ball across. It's never advisable to go square across your own penalty area. McCallum. Bindon to Tanganga. Sheffield United so unlucky to miss out on the top two last season, having amassed a huge 90 points. It was heartache for them in the dying seconds of the playoff final. Playoffs that they would love to get into this season. Brooks, taken away by Nelson. Again, dominance from the hosts here. In by Shariki, not a bad ball at all, it had pace and direction. Bamford has certainly helped with the goals since he's come in. The 9 matches since he signed, he's scored 22 of their 33 this season. He's scored 5 and has helped bring in players for plenty of others as well. Tipped over Reed, has lost it. O'Hare. Oh, onto Bamford, space opening up. Maybe had it been on his stronger side, the result might have been more favourable for Sheffield United. It would be harsh to call him a one-footed player, but everyone knows that he's far more blessed on his left than his right. Didn't really hit it with too much conviction. Could have taken it left as well, had the time and space. Starchik knocking it against Nelson. McCallum. Oh, a nice slid ball there for O'Hare. Too much on it. He'll be quietly satisfied, I think, with what he's seen in the opening quarter. Played in their old Division 2 win 5-2 at Leicester back in May 1990, a win that secured promotion to Division 1 back then. Fond memories of facing the Foxes as a player. Yeah, lost all of his 5 games as a manager though before the reverse fixture. Leicester have a good recent record overall against Sheffield United. Won in the last meeting here some 5 years ago when Jamie Vardy scored with one of the final touches of the ball. Bindon. McCallum. Bamford. Oh, is he going to drop? No, not quite. Play continues here with Jordan James. That was a late challenge by Jibril Soumare. The Senegalese get at least a talking to here from referee Farai Halam. James showed him a little bit of the ball there and Soumare went flying in. James, although going down, just about were able to ride the challenge in the end. Now, nice run by Silko Thomas, but again offside, and not for the first time. Hasn't been able to keep his line at all well so far. The ideas are right, but execution not quite on point so far. Leicester offside, almost all the game has been in this half of the field. Stepping in quickly, quite reach Cannon. He's asking the referee why a free kick wasn't given. Again, more wasteful play by Leicester. Riedewald. Tawu. Oh, that's great play to go past McCallum. Actually, the free kick is going to go Sheffield United's way, and it might be a yellow card for diving here. Indeed it is. So Tawu saw the challenge coming. It's a great spot by the referee. Chris Wilder not quite using his best English, I think it's fair to say. Apologies if you were able to understand that. New Year, same Wilder. A bit of afters as well, that yellow card was shown. See McCallum and Tawu. Booking of the game. A strong one by Okoli. Cifuentes trying to tell his side to have a bit more heart, fight and desire out there. Nelson to readjust. Like the run was on there for Mavididi, who's barely touched the ball so far. Look at him, he's absolutely livid with his teammates because he's just not getting it at all. crucial advantage. Draw at the moment, but leave them in 18th place as they were left after the results earlier today. Swansea on the rise after their win against West Brom, but if Sheffield United win here, they could rise a few places, probably up to 15th. Maybe behind Southampton, who have a much better goal difference. Corner ball. Tanganga making moves again. Cannon being marshalled by Cordova-Reid, which is a risk. In towards Tanganga. Goal kick the call. Fairly chilled opening 30 minutes. Two Sheffield United players just about getting in each other's way there. Tanganga and Sumare. Takes it on, Fatawu, he's gone for it here. Well, that is Leicester's first shot, right on the half-hour mark, but although he has shown that he can score from a long way out, as he did against Ipswich last month, that was less spectacular. Michael Cooper wasn't going to be beaten by that. Hasn't had much change out of the back line so far. Fuentes asking his side to keep on going here. Might have been their first shot, but I'm not sure they can take too much credit for it. Look at that, just one touch inside the Sheffield United penalty area so far. It's always worth just padding that statistic out, because if a player has 4 or 5 touches in the course of one dribble into a penalty area, it's counted as just a single touch overall. Skip. You can see what he was attempting there. Riedewald. O'Hare recovers to carry on. Fatawu. Eased over, looking for Silko Thomas. Cooper saw it early. McCallum. Hooked away by a colleague. Maybe he was one of the surprising ones to stay after their relegation, joining from Atalanta just over a year ago. Some thought he might be looking for a quick exit, but has stuck around. Riedewald. McCallum. Ganga. Sumare. It's Tanganga. Home fans liking what they're seeing here at the moment. Hard to envisage how badly this squad was doing at the start of the season. Here's McCallum. Header that went towards goal, but needed to go across it. Just peeling through at that far side, Ricardo Pereira didn't know he was there at all, which is a slight worry. 32 now, the Portuguese. The Leicester club captain, though not always assured of a starting place. Nelson into Mavididi. Incredibly, after 33 minutes, first chance for him to express himself. He's beaten Brooks. Too high. Anyone in Leicester blue. Collie was there, Cannon pinched it off him. Sumare needs to keep it moving and does. Sariki, Brooks. Andre Brooks. Cannon. Brooks. Can they dig out the cross here? Maybe they don't want to. Well, they do now. Bamford leaves it. McCallum takes it. No one there to score from it. And they're growing in confidence again here, the Blades. Sariki. It's another corner. Thomas, who was on loan here in the first half of the 2023-24 season, the man who blocked that one behind. The initial ball over. His influence in this game has waned a little in the last 15 or so minutes. Measures one in towards Tanganga! It had been coming! Though from that source, probably unlikely. His first goal for Sheffield United. And Chris Wilder's side off and running. Such a likeable character. Sheffield United actually saw him play here this season before he signed for them at the end of August. And he's run from deep here, not tracked at all by Jordan James. Such slack marking. And with an aerial threat like that around, with such a spring, you're always likely to be punished. He's actually put two into his own net since he last scored. That was for Millwall at Oxford back in November of 2024. And for the first time, with Sheffield United, his name is on the scoreboard. A proud moment for him, and a pleasing moment, I'm sure, for most of this stadium who've seen their side dominate almost all of this first half so far. They paid Millwall for his services in the summer. Not brought in to do that, but it certainly helps. There's a chance here for Leicester to find an immediate response. Nelson beaten to it. Once again by Tanganga. James. And quickly across in his face. Consistency has really adverted Leicester so far this season. Won successive league games only twice this season. That's what they were searching for tonight. Just 28 points short of where they started 2024 in their last season at this level. Of their opening 25 games last time and were heading towards all kinds of championship records. 97 points they got at the end of the campaign. Well off it this season. Might have to be a year of consolidation, especially with defending like that. Well, Jordan James just didn't seem switched on to the situation whatsoever there. Still relatively young in his footballing career, but had to do better than that, the 21-year-old. Tanganga, actually a man who rose to initial prominence when he was a youth player at Tottenham in their documentary where Jose Mourinho pulled him aside in training because he couldn't quite get his head around how to pronounce his surname. Everyone knows how to say his name now. This time against Brooks. Dithering about what he was going to do there. Scored by Ricardo Pereira. And again, but his touch was loose that time. Too many Leicester players off it at the moment. They have been distinctly second best. Lavididi. Former Montpellier man has levels to go through here. Up alongside him Silko Thomas, but the ball back to him was substandard. Will be a corner though. Leicester's first of this game. Signs of life at the end of the first 45. They do have players who can make things happen. And in reality, in Fatawu and Lavididi, two of the finest wingers in this league. Jordan James, guilty of some slack defensive work, looking to make up for it in an attacking sense here. Towards Nelson, super flapping, and a free kick given in his side's favour. Where the infringement was there, but the referee saw something. Getting that Farai Hallam or Hallam is officiating a game here in Sheffield. Hallam Hallam referring to an ancient region, Hallamshire, covering much of modern Sheffield and the Peak District foothills as well, which is derived from the Old English meaning at the rocks. The local radio station here of old, Hallam FM, named after that, and Sheffield Hallam University as well. Bamford from Ricardo Pereira. Leicester just need to get in at half-time and sort themselves out here. Somehow find a better way of building out from the back, because every time they get into these kind of areas, the ball just keeps being repelled or given away. O'Hare. Coley. A brave header. Sariki. Sariki's throw. Wiedeval. Leicester letting it bounce. Final 45 seconds of the first 45. Here's O'Hare. Tackled well by Pereira. Tabu brought down by Sumare. Leicester asking whether a yellow card should maybe be dished out there. Navididi. Easy through the tiniest of gaps there. Skip. Macaulay. Only a single minute of added time. Sheffield United will have the slenderest of advantages, which felt like more really. This is only attempt in the first half, that long-range effort that went harmlessly wide from Fatawu. Tanganga just enough on that to take it to Cooper. There is a half-time whistle. Very satisfactory first half for Chris Wilder's Sheffield United, who at the moment look as though they're going to get the better of Leicester for the second time in under 2 months. Unlikely goal scorer Japhet Tanganga with his first goal for the club, and Sheffield United certainly in the right direction at the moment. They could do with more, but what we'll have to do for now, have created other chances as well. Patrick Bamford has been in the mix of things once again, but Leicester way off it at the moment and look like they're going to be soundly beaten. Half time here at Bramall Lane. It is Sheffield United 1, Leicester City 0.
impressed, weren't you, with Sheffield United in that first half? Maybe the only thing that Chris Wilder could be disappointed with is the fact that there's not more than one at the break.
Yeah, they were very good in the first half, but the game is 90 minutes, and they found that out against Wrexham in the second half, where they conceded five. They didn't concede 5 goals in the second half, but they conceded 5 goals in the game. And Sheffield United, when only last season, they were really high up the table and the most points in history without getting automatic promotion. They were defensive, they were organized, they were hard to play against. They were 4-4-2 most of the time. And that's where their success is going to be. Can they close out games like this against a very talented Leicester City side, where they can go on, match the intensity of the first half, win 1-0, maybe get something on the counter, win 2-0. That's where I think it's really important for them.
Maybe one of your favourite players now could have another one in this second half.
Yeah, it was a danger from set pieces. Poppy, Tanganga. You like that one, all right? There you go. Anything on the say, Troy?
No, they've obviously brought him in from Millwall, ex-Spurs as well, really strong centre-back. He's probably what they've been lacking for a few years, because they've always had, under Chris Wilder, tried to play a certain way. He's more head it, kick it, old-fashioned centre-back. Obviously he can play as well, but I think with him now, they'll be looking at him in these moments to be able to see the game through. I thought last week he and a few others went under against Wrexham in that second half, and for Chris Wilder now, he'll be reminding them players just before they start, hey, do you remember last week we were ahead? We let the first 10-15 minutes get away from us, and then we just went ragged. So let's make sure we're solid, we're at home, and we're able to give ourselves a foundation to stay in this game. But again, with that being said, if you're Leicester, how happy are you now? You're not sitting there nervous, you're sitting there thinking, right, we can go and get after this team in the second half, but Leicester need to be a lot better from an attacking sense.
It's quite a humorous moment there. Chris Wilder kind of annoyed that Leicester taking so long to come out of the tunnel and get the second half going. But like we said, very interesting to see how Sheffield United approach this second half. Hopefully they keep their levels up and don't let those levels drop, especially being at home. Winning those home games is so important.
Yeah, it's so true. Like you said, they didn't do well, did they, in the last 20 minutes against Wrexham. Let's see if they have a better finish today, Sheffield United. Enjoy the second half, everybody. We'll see you after.
Advantage in this second half to come. With only one shot in the first half. Cooper has absolutely nothing to do in the played goal. Plenty of action at the other end of the field though. Sheffield United will be hoping to turn 1 into 2 and maybe 3 or 4, given their dominance in this match. And Leicester come out fighting, show their credentials. Jordan James looking to get on with things quickly. Fatawu ready with a lot more poise and intent than they showed throughout the entire first half there, Leicester, who no doubt have been given a bit of a rocket by Marty Cifuentes at the break. Never quite knew what it was like to play at the top level, Cifuentes. He didn't get beyond amateur level. He studied law and business and sports management while he was at university in Barcelona, in his homeland. He was the man chosen to replace Ruud van Nistelrooy in the summer. McCallum beaten away by Stolarczyk. Unconventional goalkeeping. Goes and threw away. Just a chance that Sheffield United had. Callum looked like he was stretching there and couldn't really wrap his boot around it. Tanganga, the goal scorer. in there was Luke Thomas. Callum accepts the throw. No long one this time. Riedewald. Another player signed mid-season on a short-term deal which has been extended. Tanganga. Sariki. Going down. He only had 8 touches in the entire first half, looking for a bit more involvement here, but no penalty. He's saying his shirt was being pulled, but Farai Halam didn't agree. Touched that one really well. Leicester haven't quite come out with the fire in their belly that their fans will have been hoping and expecting after a rather tepid first half. Things can only get better. Thomas gaining a few too many yards. Into midfield, intercepted by Ricardo Pereira. Turn, McCallum intercepts himself. Bamford. Such great feet in those kind of situations. Cannon. Nelson always looked the favourite against his former teammate. Him behind here, looking for the run of Silko Thomas, but through it goes to Cooper. Well, he had a couple of sprightly runs in behind in the first period, but was flagged offside on a number of occasions. Probably need to try and get more bodies around him in the second half and just give him some normal kind of service. Here he is. There by Brooks, who's beaten Thomas. Brooks, a chance for Cannon, who punishes his former club once again. He scored at the King Power, he scored here at home, and that is surely Leicester's night done. 2-2 for him as well, having netted at Stoke on Monday. He started 2026 and he finished 2025 on the score sheet. So this was so much about Andre Brooks. Determination and the power and strength to get beyond Luke Thomas, whose defending was woeful. People get assists in football for sometimes simple square balls, but that kind of influence, that kind of involvement means so much more. cannon fires Sheffield United into a 2-0 lead. I dare say, even at this stage, there will be some Leicester fans heading back down the M1. Come on, says Cifuentes. But his side here, not in this battle. And not looking like they're going to be in a promotion race. Well, we saw Sheffield United give up a 2-goal lead on Boxing Day at Wrexham. That is surely not going to happen here. On Leicester's books, but only played just over a dozen games for them in the end in the 2023-24 season. He initially signed from Everton. He was loaned out to Stoke, had a good first half of the season with the Potters, which persuaded Sheffield United to do him a permanent deal. Oh, Mabididi. He gets a slice of luck. He's in an offside position. You need two opposition players between you and the goal, and he didn't have it there. Already being called for. He was one of those left on the bench today. Collie gives away the free kick. Another here. Surely put this result beyond doubt. It isn't already. Sam McCallum taking charge. Where can he drop this? Oh, just about the perfect place. Away by Stolarczyk, and they flag up for offside anyway. The keeper will have been mightily worried there. They all started in the offside position. Oof, it was extremely tight when it came in. So Hamza Chowdhury will come on here and gets a warm applause against his former side when he came here on loan. Silko Thomas coming off here. You don't know what you're doing, are the cries from the away end here. Marty Cifuentes getting a bit of flack from his own supporters, which isn't great to see. Skip and Thomas off. Chowdhury and Ayew introduced. Ayew, a legend with his country Ghana. 117 caps, but they didn't qualify for the Africa Cup of Nations, somewhat surprisingly. Sudan were one of the teams to qualify from their group. Chowdhury somehow gets that past O'Hare. Sumare. Chowdhury sliding in. His loan here to Sheffield United was one of those spells of which he's had a few so far at Leicester City, where it looked like he might end up leaving the club. Watford a couple of years previous to that as well, he had a season loan at. Somehow he is still there at the age of 28, and now Bangladesh international, where every time he goes there on international duty he is received as the ultimate hero. Leicester do have a natural striker on the field now, but Ayew had played a lot of minutes in recent weeks, so probably Leicester seeing this as a chance to give the 34-year-old a little bit of rest. Called upon here for over half an hour. Header. Bamford pushing O'Colly again. O'Colly might have gone down easily, but I think we all saw the hands out there from Bamford. Clear nudge. Running at that pace, he's always going to send you off balance. Matthew Bamford going to come off here as well. His number's up. Who knows how things are going? He might only have one more home game here against Oxford United, which is a midday start on Sunday. The cynical football fan in me would say that Tyrese Campbell is coming on here, maybe with Leicester on the back foot, Sheffield United in a position of strength and maybe a chance to get some confidence and maybe goals into him. He hasn't scored since the Steel City derby on the 23rd of November. And he was playing for Stoke. He actually made his senior debut away at Leicester City. Hammers it into Brooks, it comes to Campbell. Cannon couldn't whip that one back around. Trying to get some energy on board. It has been a energy-sapping time of year for him. Very little time to do some serious training in between games. They played Saturday, Friday, Monday, Thursdays it is today, and we'll go again on Sunday. They do have a week off before their FA Cup game. Coats well and truly out here though now. It's only 3 degrees here at Bramall Lane. From range here, Fatawu. Another Leicester shot. And it's been him from way out for both of their efforts so far. You wonder at what point Marcus Cifuentes comes under serious pressure, because it's not as though he hasn't got a good squad to work with. Internationals sprinkled all over the field, quality ones as well. Touched it last, it was clearly off the boot of Cannon. Even from the player reaction you could tell which way that decision should have gone. Back here by McCallum, and O'Hare will have a go. have a go he did. Scored 2 in his last 3. Rather rifled that one towards goal without too much care and attention. Sumare nearly caught in possession. Sumare. Challenge out of frustration there from Sefi Mavadidi, which will see him pick up a yellow card. Careless. And needless, I think it's fair to say as well. On the Leicester bench here. First though, they have to defend this free kick. Sheffield United have been good from corners this season. Now scored 11, including that one earlier from Tanganga. Similar position here from McCallum by Pereira. Mavadidi further. Cooper hanging back. Well, he gets extremely fortunate there. This horrible slice goes to McCallum. It's the closest to. It could have been a whole lot worse. Clicking here for the Foxes, who have totally lost their bite. And they are readying Louis Page to come on here. Double change for Leicester. 2 youngsters coming on at the ages of 16 and 17. This just shows you about the way they're going about things here now. Mavadidi off. They're also taking off Bobby Dickold-Overeed, who's had no impact in this game whatsoever. Monga to 16 and will play on the left-hand side. And his debut age 15 back in April. Page coming on as well. He's a box-to-box midfielder. He was the Academy Player of the Year last season at Leicester. He'll play more centrally, and he's on the ball here. Played by Bindon. Callum makes sure it goes for a throw, not a corner, which in the current day isn't always a positive, depending on who you're up against. Thomas is readying himself. Sure, that is a long throw specialist in action there. Every team seemingly wanting to go down that route now. That's better, much better. Put away by Tanganga. Thomas. Ball by Pereira. Falls in nicely to Monga. Signs of promise already. Fans will always back the youngsters. Thomas. Monga. Thomas. Skips off the back there. Osteriki. We were a little indecisive in what he wanted to do. They can just get one, they might be in business. Having a bit of a spell here. Page. It's now Monga. It's now a corner. Monga. Corner wasted. Stolarczyk, crossfield. Ayew rose for it. James. Ayew's in the middle. James off O'Hare. It's another corner to Leicester. There's a little damage to the Sheffield United goal so far, but are starting to have a little bit more dominance around the edge of the area at least. Clipped all the way back here towards Thomas. Met though by Nelson. Thomas claiming hands. Nelson! He's only scored once for Leicester. That was almost 2 years ago. Wasn't going to be a penalty given here by the referee for Al-Hilal. So close. Did hit the arm, but nothing that could be done there. To the right decision. O'Hare. Fatawu. He's done really well. Abdul Fatawu. Again from way out, again wide. Same old story for Leicester. But at least he's trying to do something. Not sure the ball that Ayew was on, so maybe going for goal was the best option. Going to be Gautama. Sheffield United ready to rest and rotate by the looks of things. Maybe just give them a bit more bite in midfield again. Make sure that a 2-goal lead doesn't become one. That's nice. James. Ayew. Page. Finding Thomas. Oh, an early delivery. Didn't quite come through, and that's really good goalkeeping by Michael Cooper to take charge there. Tyler Bindon with an arm up in apology to his teammates. Probably the fans as well. Could have had disastrous consequences. Done by Brooks. Cannon. Brooks. Brooks trying to nudge it inside, but hit it against the body there of Bonga. And curler just wide by Sumare, chasing his first Sheffield United goal. Put the ball in the net since he arrived at Bramall Lane from Braga, but sadly it was in his own net when he scored an own goal against Norwich last month. End of the night here for Andre Brooks. So Brooks off. Hammer will come on. Second change for the home side. Leicester already 4 deep. Chris Wilder is sprinkling his subs in so far. That have had an impact, no doubt, but haven't made a material impact to the overall look of this game. Page. Nelson. Haven't lost on New Year's Day since they were beaten 3-1 in the Championship at QPR back in 2008. They don't tend to start their years off too badly. Won 7 of the last 8 actually, which is the longest active run of any team in the top 4 tiers, but you would imagine that is going to change here. Given straight back to Leicester. Chowdhury. James. Lovely turn by Monga. Page. Chowdhury. A nice ball in. It goes towards Ayew. Cooper there first again. Chowdhury put plenty of height on that and dropped it into almost the perfect area there for Fatawu. Not quite as sprightly as he needed to be. Free kick here after a foul by Okoli. Sheffield United just need to put this game to bed once and for all. So let everyone here rest easy. A joy from set plays already tonight. Harmer there. McCallum, the left-footed option. That's what they use. Page not out. O'Hare. Some really good shielding of the ball there. Excellent play. No mean feat for a man of his size, holding his own in the Championship. Throw into Leicester, who are up against the clock at the moment. Sumare down, here's Campbell. Ayew bumped into by Tanganga. Fourth official bearing the brunt of his frustrations. Like 6 of one, half a dozen of the other from there. Page. Fatawu. Inside of him is Pereira. Palmer. Moving forward as a group. Sheffield United have plenty of bodies behind the ball. When I say plenty, I mean almost everyone. Monga. Better from him. Better from Leicester, it has to be said, but again, falls safely into the arms of Michael Cooper. How many times have we said that tonight? A win for Sheffield United to take them within 2 places of Leicester. They were 5 apart at the start of today. Certainly for their immediate fears, Sheffield United would be 8 clear of the bottom 3, 8 off the top 6. Whistle blown here by the referee. Opportunity. Leicester plots more changes. Leicester give themselves a chance. From this free kick. Nor the follow-up. Palmer looking to start a counter. Exciting challenge there by James. Ayew. Fatawu. Ooh. Sliding in, nearly caught him. James. Sumare. Have had openings, they've had opportunities, they've had situations that they can do something with in this second half, but none have been used. And Tahi Chong will come on here for the home side. Well, it's going to be their final opportunity to make changes, so it will be a double switch. Ollie Arblaster will come on as well. Confusion at the moment. Yellow card is out for somebody. It's been booked. That'd be Sariki. Sheffield United were going to make subs there, but presumably he's been yellow carded for delaying the restart. So the changes will see the withdrawal of Tom Cannon first of all. Will replace Tim, administratively at least, if not position. Sumare is also coming off, who's been busy and industrious in midfield. Comes into the mix for the final 10 minutes or so, including added time. And we're also going to take off Sam McCallum here in a third change. There's a like-for-like change at left back as well. These two very interchangeable at the moment and have been switched around over the Christmas period. Brought in. Played all but one game so far this season. Chris Wilder, certainly since he came back after his short spell away, has managed to rotate players and has a good amount who can play in multiple positions as well. 89 days Chris Wilder had away before he replaced Ruben Sayers again in mid-September. There's been a lot more positives than negatives since then, even if he did struggle at the start. Can get over the line now with a nice comfortable 2-0 win. enter once, won't have a chance twice. Riedewald. Such a pleasing name to say. Pleasing player to watch in his time at Sheffield United so far as well. Blades fans have taken to him. Oh, it's pulled back for O'Hare. Still can't find that third. Campbell. It's Arblaster. Siriki. Chong. Siriki. Oh, Siriki in behind. Beautifully fouled. And O'Hare makes it 3. Home. It's where the heart is for Sheffield United right now. Another thumping home win for the Blades, capped off by Callum O'Hare, who's enjoying football right now. 3 in 4 for him, and a 7th of the season. Well, this was a great ball, wasn't it? Slipped in there by Arblaster to Siriki. O'Hare just making his way between 2. Are you Wednesday in disguise? Sing the home fans. Sheffield Wednesday, rock bottom of the table and in disarray as a club. O'Hare with a simple task to slide home, slide in, and confirm his side's 3 points tonight. Leicester fans trudging up the steps and out of Bramall Lane with their tails firmly between their legs. Looking it forward, but comfortably out of play. Well, they got there in the end. Chris Wilder's side. Never in doubt, I'm sure. There's 5 minutes to come. Kept out by Stolarczyk. Something can be put at fault for any of the goals, really. It's been those in front of him that haven't been organised enough. Chowdhury. He had a good night. Andre Brooks in line for the Man of the Match award, I'm sure. there by Riedewald. Eventually wins the ball back, but it's back for Jordan James, who scores. 3-3 for the midfielder, who is reticent to celebrate too much. Something for those Leicester fans to smile about, but not for too long. Well, Riedewald tried to pull him back there, had another go there. James, who can hit them from range, showed there, albeit by a deflection, that he has the ability. He's Leicester's top scorer, and that's an 8th of the season for him, but one that will not count for much at all here. Their top scorer, probably just showing Leicester's troubles further forward, that they haven't been able to get too much output of those in the front positions, but he does have fans at the club. But there are worries that on loan from Rennes they might suffer. See him recalled in the January transfer window. Martin Cifuentes was asked about it and pushed as well after the game. Against Derby on Monday, but said there is a plan, but wouldn't say what that plan was, which is leaving fans with negative thoughts. To go. Sheffield United home and hose. You can hear the call there from Chris Wilder. Keep it on the side of the field. A wily old character, a man held it in such high regard here. There's the chance a minute ago. Chrissy Wilder is one of our own. Third spell with the club now. Promoted from League One and the Championship in his first spell of the team. He was ultimately relegated with them in 2024 from the Premier League, though not much of that was his work. This is all his work. Chong! Oh, he hit it straight into a colleague. Sariki. Well, Leicester have got a local affair against West Bromwich Albion for their next game on Monday. It's the late kick-off. Harmer. From Nelson that could have easily gone between the posts instead of wide of one of them. With the space to shoot, I think Spalacci probably had the shot covered. Certainly couldn't have accounted for the deflection. This will be the final attack of the game, if it is even that. I think it will be. O'Hare. Harmer again. 3 goals, 3 points. It couldn't have been a simpler start to the new year for Sheffield United. Leicester, not much cop at all. In fact, the 2-goal margin of victory probably doesn't do Chris Wilder's side justice in this one. One up at the break through Chapertenganga. It was Tom Cannon who scored against Leicester. Once again, the move of the game, 2 minutes in time to secure the win. And despite Jordan James netting in added time, the victory was already in the bag for Chris Wilder's Blades, who move up the table again and certainly are looking forward more than back now. Although Leicester, who are ahead of them, certainly won.